Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our assembly this morning. Once again, we're in the very fortunate position of having some presentations to make at our assembly this morning. We're going to be making a presentation to 6 members of 4th year who are going to be receiving their Fáinne badges. Before moving into our presentation, just a couple of announcements for the week. First of all, great to see everybody back once again after the Maybank holiday weekend. Can I take the opportunity, as I have been doing every week, to reinforce to everybody the importance of ensuring that each day we maintain all of our COVID-19 protocols. The really good news at a national level is that the vaccination programme is extending. We're beginning to see the positive impact of the vaccination programme, but it is allied to the continued responsible behaviour by everybody, both in our own individual circumstances, locally and at home and at a national level. So here in our school, it's important that every day we continue to sanitise our hands as we go around the campus, sanitise our hands before we go into each class, sanitise our chairs and desks on arrival, sanitise them once again when we're leaving. Wearing our masks at all times, unless it's a specific circumstance, either in your dormitory or if you're doing assembly, such as here, or if you're sitting at one of the dining tables and you're behind the perspex while you're eating. But we have to remember the importance of ensuring that we see this school year through to a conclusion. And that means getting every student in each year successfully through to the end of their own school year, and also remembering that for everyone in 6th year who has chosen to sit Leaving Certificate exams, we have to collectively support them, and to members of 6th form, to make sure that you work to support each other in ensuring every single person who has chosen to sit Leaving Cert exams this year gets the opportunity to do so. There are no fallbacks. If people miss individual exams this year, then there is no opportunity for a retake. So please, can I ask everybody that as we continue through the course of this week and the remaining weeks of the term, right through until the end of the Leaving Certificate exams, that we retain our personal and collective focus on ensuring that in everything we're doing, we're working really hard to keep COVID-19 out of Kilkenny College. This Saturday, we have the next phase of the 2021 Leaving Certificate taking place. During the course of this coming Saturday, the LCVP exams are taking place, and the non-curricular languages proficiency tests are taking place as well. We have a cohort of students who are doing the LCVP exams on Saturday morning, and we have a small group of people who are doing the non-curricular language proficiency tests on Saturday afternoon. I want to wish all of them well. I ask anybody in 6th form who's involved in those exams to please make sure that you've read through the documentation that's been issued to you on your Kilkenny College email, and has also been sent to your parents and guardians as well for their information, setting out exactly what to do for the morning exam and for the afternoon proficiency test. If you have any concerns or questions, you're welcome to ask Ms Cudahy, your year head and our examination aide, or myself, and we'll try and get those clarified for you by the end of school on Friday. Speaking of the end of school on Friday, this Friday is the 5th form parent-teacher consultation meeting, and that's going to be taking place between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock on Saturday on a remote basis, on Friday, on a remote basis. So classes will end for all years at 3 o'clock at the end of period 9 at 3 o'clock this Friday. Can I also say to everybody that as we continue to have access to and make use of all the facilities right across the campus, if I can ask people to please make sure, wherever you're socialising and gathering, that you're making use of the litter bins that are provided for you. Don't please just drop litter casually on the ground or on the pavements or in and around the buildings. Please use the litter bins that are there for everybody. And please also make sure that you're respecting all of the facilities, both outside and inside the buildings. We're very, very fortunate to have the range of facilities that we have. They're there for the benefit of everybody, and if I can ask everybody to please make sure that you're respectful of all the facilities, both inside and outside the campus, so that we can all continue to benefit from them day by day as we go about the life of our school. So those are all of our announcements for this morning. I'm now going to move into our presentation. We have some Fáinne badges to present to some members of fourth form. Mr. Donovan is here with me to make the presentation. So, just to say, Marger an Seanachal, Baha Changa I Alart. Agus is léir go bhfuil an teanga dúchas beo buailech an seo I Coláiste Kilkenny. Our Modin, tá Cheshire Dalty ag fáil an Fáinne Ireland. So this morning we have 4 students who are going to receive their silver Fáinne from Miss O'Donovan. And I'd like to thank Miss O'Donovan for coordinating the students who've participated in the Fáinne process this year. So I'm going to ask them if they come in one at a time to receive their Fáinne. And the first person to receive their Fáinne is Stephen Colburn, who's getting a silver Fáinne. And the second person receiving their silver Fáinne is Jack Finley. And then next we have receiving a silver Fáinne, Sarah O'Connor. And also receiving a silver Fáinne this morning is Hebe Shepherd. Agus tá Bert Dalta ag fáil an Fáinne here. So we have 2 students who are receiving their gold Fáinne this morning, and the first of those is Oriel MacDonald. And our second gold Fáinne recipient is Anna Ryan. So to say congratulations to all of the students who've received their Fáinne this morning, to thank all my colleagues in the Irish department for their support for the students who are undertaking the Fáinne this year, and to thank again Miss O'Donovan for coordinating and leading everybody who's been working through the Fáinne this year. If you're interested in the possibility of trying out to get a silver or a gold Fáinne yourself, I think the person to ask is Miss O'Donovan. Yeah, and you can make contact with Miss O'Donovan and find out what's involved and take it from there.
Good morning and welcome to our assembly for today. I think it's the first week back in the month of May, is it? Our first assembly. It's great to be in the month of May, and even though it's a little bit cold, it's sunny and bright and life is good. So I'm really happy to be here with you. As I was coming up here this morning, a group of the 4th years were outside painting a mural about celebrating working together and how wonderful it is to be part of the team that is Kilkenny College, and that is the truth of it. It's really great to be here and great to be doing things together. One of the things that I have really missed over the lockdown has been hearing music played around the college, and one of the people that I have really missed is about to play for us this morning. So I'm delighted to be able to welcome back Shauna with her bassoon. I had to look down to see what it was she was going to play with her bassoon. She's going to play a beautiful reflective piece accompanied by Mr. Tide. It's called Sonata for Bassoon, of all things, and it's by Camille Sanson. So Mr. Tide and Shauna, over to you. Tide, thank you for the absolutely beautiful music. I always find when I listen to music like that, I find myself going into a really quiet and peaceful and happy place. Anyway, today I wanted to talk a little bit about the theme for church for Sunday, and the line that I've taken out of it is love one another. And it got me thinking, because I do an awful lot of thinking, and I was wondering, what's the most important thing that you do in life, that you'll ever do in your life? I wonder, what is it? See, I often think about things like that, and I like to think that I'm important, and that what I do in my life is really important. And you might be sitting there and thinking, well, he thinks something of himself, doesn't he? I remember when I was a little boy, my mother used to tell us to always put other people before us, to always respect other people. And I did that. I'd stand back, I'd open the door, I'd wait in the queue in the shops, I would let other people go ahead of me, and I'd stand there with a smile on my face. And I used to think that I was doing what was right, and that that's the way that I should live my life. But as it turns out, I used to get really annoyed. So if I was standing in the shop and everybody else was going ahead of me, I'd be kind of thinking, why are they getting served? And, why are they so important and I'm not? So instead of me doing good and feeling I was doing good, what was happening was anger was building up inside of me. So I don't think it's good for us to allow anger to build inside of ourselves. So what do I think now? I don't know. I think we meet all sorts of people in our lives. Some people are happy and positive, and there are many of those around school and college here. And some people are grumpy and maybe not so happy and positive. And there's a few of them around school here as well. You know who you are, you know who I'm talking about. But that's okay. It's okay to be who you are. And that's how it should be. Because life is made up of difference. You see, we are all different, and we're not meant to be the same. And if we were the same, life would be fairly boring. So, first of all, I'd like to say thank God for difference. And nobody will ever be the same as you are. You are made to be you, and nobody can ever fill that role. But the thing about difference is that sometimes people who aren't happy in themselves, they turn on people who are different, and they try to make life really miserable and unhappy for them. And the only thing I can think about that's going on there is that if I'm not happy in my life, I want to make sure that you're not happy in your life. Maybe it makes them feel good in themselves and about themselves. Maybe they're feeling weak and insecure. Maybe they're even hurting from something that has happened in their own life. So they take it out on other people and make life miserable for them. I think we call them bullies, and there are bullies in all walks of life. So today our theme is to love one another. Where does love begin? People say that love is like a ring. My ring is a little bit crooked, but that there's no beginning and there's no ending. And I don't really believe that, because I think love begins in here, in your heart. And if you love yourself, if you're okay with yourself, then you'll find that you're okay with everybody else. So today, my word of encouragement to all of you is to find what it is within yourself that makes you feel okay. If you find that you are speaking behind people's back, that you're saying things that are hurtful or doing things that hurt or offend people, stop doing it and ask yourself what it is that you need in your own life to help you to be okay. So be brave, be courageous, stop blaming other people, take responsibility for your own life. Don't try to upset and bully other people, but get your life together and live your life to the best of your ability. And when you do that, I guarantee you, you'll find that in your own heart, you have a lot more peace and happiness. So have a good day and we'll see you around. So I'd love to finish with a prayer, and it's a little prayer for each one of you. God to enfold me, God to surround me, God in my speaking, God in my thinking, God in my sleeping, God in my waking, God in my watching, God in my hoping, God in my life, God in my lips, God in my soul, God in my heart, God in my sufficing, God in my slumber, for those of you who are sleeping, God in mine everlasting soul, God in mine eternity. Have a good day, and thank you to Sophie and Anna and to all of you for being with us today.